Hello my scrapping friends and welcome to Creating Your Memories. I'm Deborah Kozlovic and I'm a Creative Memories Independent Advisor from Australia. I also contribute to the Creative Memories design team. Today I want to share with you a layout using some of your scrap pieces. If you don't have scrap pieces, you can always cut these strips from your paper design or collection that you would like to use. The strips that I've used in this design are around 3/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch. So we always have a few, like 1/2 inch strips hanging around. Today I've cut a few of those strips and to make this design to show you how I've done this. So this is a heart design and then it's laid down with your scrap pieces or whatever paper that you would be using. And then I've added some embellishments. I've added a photo. There's a strip here that's done with the border maker system, and then I've just trimmed that in half. So I'm going to show you how I've done that. And today you would need is, like I said, to scrap pieces. I'm using the Spring Serene. You've got your 12-inch trimmer. Repositional tape is better. A pencil, a rubber, you might not need the rubber, foam tape, etc., and a piece of cardstock that I will be using for my base. So let's get started. As I said, I'm using Spring Serene, and I'm going to be using the eggplant cardstock, and then I've got my strips already pre-cut for that. To start off with, I've made a template heart, so I will be using this heart today. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to center it in the middle of my page. And then from there, I'm just going to use my pencil and draw this template of the heart onto my cardstock. Once you start doing this layer, you will not see your pencil design. So then we have the heart. I can see that heart. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I can see that, so I know where I'm working from. And then you've got your bits up the top, and then you've got your V down the bottom. So to work with that, you're going to need like smaller strips for the bottom. So you want the heart to go up and still meet in like a heart. So it's a matter of just, like joining up, overlapping your paper and making that heart look like a heart. So I'm just going to bring into the trimmer as well. I've got my strips here and also repositional tape and a silicone mat. And to start off with, I am just going to cut some strips that are probably around 1.5, going length here, and then another one that's going to be around 2. Remember that your paper is double-sided. Then I'm going to go into my biggest strip and I'm going to cut, I go this way, and I cut 1 3/4, and then another 2-inch, and see how we go. So to start off with, I'm going to get my smaller one. I want to use the yellow, and then I want to use this one. So I'm just going to lay that down the bottom. And then have that one. Might use the bigger one, just so it overlaps a little bit, like this. And then starting off with my 1/2-inch strips. Just going to be using my pencil. Just put some repositional tape over that, and then just keep overlapping. So what you want to do is that you want to keep going on a little bit on the outside of your pencil marking. So as you're going up, you can do it any color combination that you like, as long as you're going over those edges of the pencil line, because you want to make this into the heart shape. So we're just going to keep overlapping, and then just keep going up. So I'm just going to extend that a little bit more now. And then putting it on. Right, yes. The white. So with the collection that I showed you earlier, that is the Legacy of Love. It was a nice collection to work with. I love the color palette on that. This one's going to be nice and flowery and, you know, like girly. So depending on what photos that you're going to be using, you know, anything would match with this paper. It's also a nice little subtle design of Easter paper if you're doing an Easter layout. So we're just going to keep working our way up on the heart, and as you're going up, your strips are going to get longer. So I'm going to do the purple. So I'm not actually measuring these strips in any particular length. I'm just going for what my heart is, and then just adding that extra. But as I'm going up, I am overlapping each one. I might go this one. And then I might go the flower. I already used a flower. Go some of my wider strips. I go with the blue. So as we're going up, we need to go a little bit wider now. So just pencil line that. So just climbing like a ladder. So I might go these multicolored now. So as you can see, all I'm doing at the moment is going closer and closer to the top and overlapping my strips. And as you can start to see that V happening down the bottom, and then we're going up. So you might use a wider strip, might do the flowers. So as we're coming closer to the top now, we've got our little curves going up. So what we want to do is we only want to cover that bit on each side. It doesn't have to be the same color. You can do different colors. So I might do this nice purple one on that side. And then as you're going up, all you want to do is make it smaller. And you want to have that little gap in the middle, just like you would if you were, you know, like a normal heart. So then I might use, no, not the green yet, a yellow, might do the yellow. Just trying to see my pencil lines. So we have the yellow, then we might go the green, and then let's start on the opposite side. We might have this coloured one. Then we might go the yellow. In the middle. So not actually alternating my my colors. I'm just more or less, you know, like trying to use the different ones in between. So I'm not actually going through you know, like color coordinated, using this color then that color. So we're at that little tip bit there. So then just need, I have that one there, and need one more here. So I might go with the pink, maybe a little bit less. And then we'll go the purple. So if I move all this stuff out of the way now, as you can see, our heart is complete. Now if I bring that template heart back in, and if I lay that over top, you can see how far that we've gone around that heart. It's nice and colourful. A little bit different to the first one, but as you can see the difference. So now what I'm going to do is, instead of doing a punch of some kind, I'm going to just add my stickers. and they had these layered border embellishments. So I'm going to see what's in those and see what I can add on the page. I might add the daisies. And then I might add this blue one. So if I'm going back to this one, and I'm also going to be using this photo. It's a black and white photo. So I might just cut this down. And that's going to be measured at 5 1/4 by 4. And then I'm thinking maybe I might map that. So I might grab some baby pink cardstock. So that was 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut that at 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Just going to be using my repositional tape again and centering that on. So I think I might put it on this side. I think I might put it on an angle. So then if I need to move it, because I've only used repositional tape, I can actually move that. So I'm going to have that somewhere like this. Then if I bring in my strips now, I can actually use, so the daisy, might use it there. I'm going to cut it right there in the middle. Lining that up and have it sitting there. Might have to put some foam square tape on that one. Then we have this one. And I might put that under the photo. I think that needs foam squares actually. And maybe I think I might put a stick strip on that one. So I might put this one around about here. And then Needs a little bit more foam on both ends. And then this end. I'm going to measure that one here, and I'm going to put this one under the photo. So just using my multi-purpose tool and put that under. Then I might put maybe this way coming out. And then I might use the rest of this daisy. I like this daisy, so I might put that one down here. So I just need to put a bit of foam on the end. And some repositional tape. So if we're looking at my stickers, I've already got one here that's on foam square, so I'm just going to put that one there. And then might use this title, so I might have that probably there. So I'm just going to use this anti-stick powder so I can get all the sticky off, and then I can put my foam squares on the back. And I can raise that up. So take these off. Do have this daisy here still, so I might try to incorporate that somewhere down the bottom also. So I'm just going to put some reposition tape. Maybe a little bit over. And then I've got a few other little flowers that we can use, or let me see. I think I'm liking it as it is at the moment. I like the black and white photo with all the colours surrounding the photo. Just seeing if I need anything else to add to my layout. I don't think I need any more flowers as such. I do have these nice little leaves, so I might have them coming out on the flower, the one I got here. Might do maybe a flower down the bottom. Have a nice little blue one. So I'll put that on foam square. Just using that stick style. Oops. Put this here. And then add some more leaves. And there's one more leaf. Let's see if there's any more wording I want to use. Pansy, daily, tulip, rose, lily, lilac. I think that might be it. Yeah, I think that might be it. That's probably all I will do on this layout. And on the other one, the only other thing I did was, you know, like done the line around the outside. And I've done that in brown. I'm wondering what it would look like if I did use the white, if it will be too much. That's our white gel pen, or maybe if I just use the black. Where's that white? I'm a little bit undecided at the moment. The white really stands out, so I think I might just leave it for now and decide later on if I want to, you know, like do that edging around the outside on my Spring Serene layout. But as you can see, it's a simple layout that you can use with a heart template. The heart template is easy to make. I've done another video on that. If you want to have a look at that, I'll put it in the description bar down the bottom, and you can make a heart any size that you like. You can use the same method. So I've done the one in the Legacy of Love, and then the one in the Spring Serene. So I hope you enjoyed my little take on using your scraps, your 1-inch strips, 3/4-inch strips. Until next time, happy scrapping, everyone.